Go with another situation involving Russell Wilson. So a few months ago, it seemed Wilson was potentially on his way out of Seattle. However, in recent months, trade rumors have faded, and it seems Russ and the Seahawks are moving ahead together. Last Thursday, he was asked about his future in Seattle, and here is what he said.
There's a lot of teams out there that people were saying that I was going to or would go to. I requested a trade. I did not request a trade. I've always wanted to play here. And the reality is, I think calls were getting thrown around and this and that, and I think that's just a reality. But I think at the end of the day, the real reality is that I'm here, and I'm here to win. I'm here to win it all.
All right, so one of the considerations, obviously, here, if he's staying, maybe he needs better protection. Last year, he had the most pressured dropbacks of any quarterback in the league, also inside the top 5 in quarterback hits and sacks. But that really isn't the story here. The story is an offseason in which we were talking a lot about Russell Wilson's departure, and then suddenly that conversation seems to have been silenced. Diana Rossini, what should we know right this minute about the relationship between Russell Wilson and the Seahawks?
Yeah, Mike, I get the sense that this is improved. This is getting better. I'm not sure what's making it better exactly, but it seems like this is something that both sides are willing to look past for this season. Shane Waldron, the new offensive coordinator, has been in touch with Russell Wilson. They've been working really well together. Russell, in that same press conference we just aired, was talking about Waldron, and really he sounded impressed with him. And really the story here to me is the fact that he's working on improving the offense shows you he's obviously all in for the season, but just the fact that even 2 weeks ago when we heard that Seattle was interested in trading with the Atlanta Falcons for Julio Jones, Russell was on the phone with Julio, trying to sell him to Seattle, trying to get him to play there. So that obviously tells you that this is the place he wants to be for now. This is where he's happy. So I just think, like in most relationships, you got to look past some of the warts, some of the pimples, if you think there's something good underneath it all.
So Dominique, here's the way I look at it to sort of conflate the two big NFL quarterback stories of this offseason. It looks like Russell Wilson has gotten himself to a place that Aaron Rodgers has not, and we don't know if we ever will, which is that Wilson is in a place where he realizes this is where I'm going to be. If I'm going to play this year, it's going to be here, and I'm going to make it work the best I can. That doesn't necessarily mean anything for any future time, but that's what it looks like to me. Russell got himself there, and Aaron Rodgers did not.
I think Russell got himself there, and I think Russell had always planned to get himself there, but I don't think that it's over. I think Diana said at the beginning, he said for this season. I think that's probably right, because we know Russell as a very calculated kind of team-first company man, always says the right thing and always puts out the right message. I know he never explicitly demanded a trade, but certainly that came from somewhere. And then the craziest part about it was the Seahawks' reaction was kind of looking around, talking, considering it. Like whatever brought Russell Wilson, who's normally a very straightforward company guy, whatever brought him to the point where he was willing to let us all entertain the idea of him getting traded, that hasn't changed. Nothing's changed. And short of them having some sort of miraculous Super Bowl run, I imagine at the end of this season, given the fact that they're playing in probably the toughest division in football, that they will have a season that will disappoint, and Russell will be back on the trading market more seriously next year because the cap hit won't be as bad.
What do you think, D-Wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, man, this is all smoke. This whole situation right now is smooth over, but it's not going anywhere. Like those teams didn't come out of thin air, okay? Whether it's Russ' agent, whoever it is behind the scenes, they had input on this whole thing. And Russ there were serious discussions with Chicago Bears about trading for Russell Wilson. So we know how volatile this situation was with the Seattle Seahawks. And listen, Russell Wilson is playing this year with the new offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron. That division has gotten a lot better. We've seen the Los Angeles Rams trade for Matthew Stafford. The 49ers are going to be better. The Arizona Cardinals are going to be better. If that offense doesn't improve dramatically, in my opinion, we will be right back here next offseason talking about Russell Wilson, but maybe in a different light on a different team.
Look, the quarterback carousel thing was the big story of the last offseason. Maybe it will be again. But from football to football, don't forget the Euros continue this morning. All the action is all over our networks here. Group F matches are on ESPN and the ESPN app today. We will see Cristiano Ronaldo in Portugal taking on Hungary. Coverage begins 11:30 a.m. Eastern, and then should be a great one, the rivalry matchup between France and Germany. Don't miss